Welcome back to Deep Dive Stoic.
It's great to be back.
In today's deep dive, we're going to explore 10 Stoic secrets to master your mind. You know, looking at all the sources you send over, it's clear you're really interested in how these, 2,000-year-old ideas can help us with the challenges we're all facing today.
Right.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're going to try to do. I mean, Stoicism is all about taking control of your mind, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack 10 key secrets straight from the wisdom you found in your reading that can help us do just that. So are you ready to get started?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So Stoic secret number 1 is all about the power of perception.
Perfect place to start, I think. A lot of Stoic thinkers, especially Marcus Aurelius, really emphasized how much our interpretations shape our experiences.
Yeah.
He actually said, and this is a powerful one, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Yeah, it really drives home the idea that happiness and resilience, they don't come from changing the world around us, but from transforming our inner world.
That quote, I mean, it really gets you thinking, right? How many times have we felt like, oh, this is just happening to me?
Yeah.
And, maybe if we looked at it differently, we could actually handle those situations way better.
Right.
So how do we actually do that? How do we consciously shape our perceptions?
Well, one practical tool that comes up a lot in your sources and that fits really well with this Stoic idea is reflective journaling. It's like a daily practice of observing and then actively reframing your thoughts, So you start by writing down your initial reactions to things, especially the stuff that brings up negative emotions. And then, here's the key, you challenge those perceptions. Can you see the situation from another angle? Is there a more, neutral or maybe even positive way to look at it?
Yeah.
And then lastly, you think about how changing your perspective affects how you feel.
So you're basically training yourself to see things differently.
Exactly.
Okay, so one of your sources also talked about challenging negative beliefs by finding evidence that contradicts them. Can you give us an example of how someone could do that, like in a real-life situation? Let's say someone always thinks I'm terrible at presenting my ideas.
That's a good one, yeah. So to challenge that belief, you would actively look back and remember times when your presentations actually went well.
Right.
Maybe when you felt confident or when your ideas actually led to something good happening. Even small wins count. By bringing those positive examples to mind, you start to weaken that negative perception. It's about building a more balanced and realistic view.
Makes sense. Okay, that gives us a really good way to start working with our perceptions. Now, Stoic secret number 2.
And then sorting it, that creates a sense of inner harmony, less inner conflict, and that leads to more mental strength and serenity. There's inner resistance to them.
It's really important to make clear, as your sources did, that this acceptance isn't the same as giving up or resigning yourself to a bad situation.
Definitely not. Acceptance in the Stoic sense is an active choice to acknowledge reality as it is, without denial or wishful thinking. It's about seeing things clearly and then focusing our energy on what we can influence within that reality. It's working with the circumstances, not fighting against them.
So it's that balance between recognizing what we can control and accepting what we can't. And from that acceptance, we find true resilience.
Exactly. Resilience, in the Stoic sense, is the ability to face adversity with a calm and composed mind, to adapt to life's challenges without being broken by them. It's not about avoiding difficulty, then consciously affirm your acceptance of it. This small practice can gradually increase your ability to accept bigger things in life that you can't control.
It's like building a muscle.
Exactly. And when you experience a setback, instead of getting caught up in frustration and resistance, try to see it as part of your journey. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this?
That's a great way to reframe those moments. Okay, let's move on to Stoic secret number 6, fostering emotional agility.
This is about having a healthy and balanced relationship with our emotions. We experience the full range of feelings without being overwhelmed by them.
So it's not about becoming emotionless, but learning to navigate our emotions more effectively.
That's it, exactly. Rationality is key to emotional agility. Stoicism teaches us that while emotions are a natural part of being human, our rational mind should guide how we respond to them. We need to understand our emotions, see what triggers them, and how they might be affecting our judgments and behaviors.
So how do we actually develop this emotional agility? It sounds like mindfulness and self-awareness are important pieces of the puzzle.
They are. Regularly practicing mindfulness and becoming more aware of ourselves allows us to observe our emotions as they come up. We see what thoughts and situations trigger them and recognize that they often pass quickly. By becoming more attuned to our emotional patterns, we can make conscious choices about how we respond instead of being controlled by our feelings.
It's about finding that middle ground between acknowledging our emotions and not letting them take over.
Absolutely. Emotional agility is about finding that balance between feeling our emotions and responding rationally. It means letting ourselves feel without judgment, while also using our reason to evaluate the situation and choose the best course of action. This balance helps us navigate tough situations with both empathy and logic.
Your sources also suggested we can view our emotions as learning opportunities. What did they mean by that?
When we reflect on our emotional responses, we gain a deeper understanding of our values, beliefs, and vulnerabilities.
Okay.
Understanding why certain situations bring up strong emotions can tell us a lot about what truly matters to us. And it can show us where we might need to build more resilience or adjust our perspectives. It's about using our emotions as data points for self-discovery and growth.
What's a practical
Clinging to things that will inevitably change only causes suffering. Embracing impermanence allows us to appreciate what we have while we have it without getting too attached.
So how does Stoic detachment help us make better decisions?
When we're not overly attached to specific outcomes or driven by intense emotions, we can assess situations more clearly and make decisions based on our principles and long-term goals. We're not just reacting to the moment. Detachment gives us the mental space for clearer thinking and more rational choices.
What are some practical ways we can work on cultivating this Stoic detachment in our daily lives?
One helpful practice is to do a detachment reflection. Think about a situation that usually triggers a strong emotional reaction in you. Then try to see it from a detached perspective, as if you were an outside observer. Another valuable practice is to consciously let go of worries about things that are ultimately indifferent, things we can't do time for reflection or to do something you enjoy.
These are really valuable insights, and it's amazing how all 10 Stoic secrets we've discussed work together to help us master our minds.
They do. As we wrap up our deep dive into Stoicism, remember that the power to shape your reality lies within you. You now have a set of ancient but incredibly relevant tools to develop greater mental strength, tranquility, and resilience.
Absolutely. Carry these 10 secrets with you as you face the challenges of life. Let the storms come. You are now better prepared to be the master of your own mind.
Embrace each day as an opportunity to practice these principles. Cultivate a life filled with purpose, balance, and unshakable inner peace. And never forget the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into Stoicism. May you find serenity and fulfillment as you cultivate mastery over your own mind, your greatest ally in living a good life. Until next time, remember the calm strength of a true Stoic. If this episode gives you something to think about, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who could use a dose of stillness in the storm.